As we talk about time and circular time versus linear time, we want to try to figure out in our human awareness and understanding, like, how is everything going to evolve? How are things going to end if there is no end? And I think that's very hard for us to grasp because we're such finite beings in this realm here that we want it to be like A, B, C, D, and then Z, it comes to an end. We want that closure, sort of satisfies the longings that we have for, like, okay, we started and now we finished something. And that's very Western mindset. That's a very progressive mindset where we want things to come to a close because we have deemed it so. But this is not the way of God. This is not the way of nature. This is not the way of how the systems that He has already placed in this world function, and that the world will continue after we are long gone. And because of that, this concept of things coming to an end is really more of has derived from the human psychosis more than the reality thereof. Think about how old the universe is, think about 13 billion years old. Think about how old the earth is, 4.5 billion years old. Think about how humanity has been here for hundreds and thousands of years, millions of years, for if you're talking about pre Homo sapiens sapien. So life is continuing. And so we're trying to find meaning in our present consciousness, in our present living out this physical realm. And for me, I've chosen to do it with God, who is invisible, but He is spirit of truth. He is spirit. And that the things that we can connect with Him on are those things that are natural byproduct. So God isn't a frequency or a vibe in itself, a power source, but that is just a natural reflection of the aspects of who He is. But He is a being. He is the great I am. And when you have a being, you have a relationship. It's not a transactional relationship, but it's a relationship of being reciprocal. And that's how we begin to walk with God in the short time frame that we have here in this earthly realm, experiencing in this way. Because the moment we step into eternity, the moment that we go into the afterlife, it's just that we don't skip a beat and we enter right in to where He is, and we begin to understand things and see things as it is. And that is going to come for every single one of us. But and before that, we have this earthly realm. And yes, it does end for us here, but it goes on and on and on. Just thinking about eternity, I think, helps us to understand how this world will continue to go on and on. Will there continue to be wars? Yes. Will there continue to be conflict? Yes. Will there continue to be disease? Yes. Will there continue to be all of these horrific things? Yes. It's part of the nature that's around us. At the same time, will there continue to be love? Yes. Will there continue to be great moments in time when there's glory for different nations and different people? Yes. Will there be inventions? Will there be solutions? Will there be peace and harmony? Yes, all the above. And so this life continues. And with that concept, we can then begin to think for ourselves, well, how then am I going to contribute in this timeline? And in this space and time that I have right now for myself, how can I do that? And this is where we come in to recognize we live in the eternal now.